it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have. The Djibouti Coast Guard celebrates the 13 years of dedication and innovation. A new space for a public service of excellence in CNSS. The south of the enclave, at the heart of the clashes, deep concern for civilians in Gaza. Welcome to our newsroom. On Monday, December 4, 2023, the Dorale camp hosted a colorful ceremony celebrating the 13th anniversary of the creation of the Djibouti Coast Guard. Colonel Wais Omar Bogore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, had the honor of welcoming the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, as well as several civil and military authorities, the Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, Hassan Humad Arbahim, the Director General of the National Security, Hassan Saeed Khaire, the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, numerous members of the government, ambassadors, friendly country, accredited to Djibouti, as well as representatives of the forces of friendly countries stationed in Djibouti and representatives of civil society. Guests were welcomed in a warm and jovial atmosphere to take part in the various sequences of the ceremony celebrating the 13th anniversary of the creation of the Djibouti Coast Guard. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, reviewed the honorary troops of the Djibouti Coast Guard before joining the official tribune.
وابلين كرتدي سبوحو وعيد اللوقوي بلدها بلغو قري beesha caalamkiyo baaqii hogaanshaan midhihii ka beermen ku badhaadhna weeyaan beesha caalamkiyo baaqii hogaanshaan midhihii ka beermen ku badhaadhna weeyaan
waa ciid loo bogay laguna baahi beelo berigiyo badeenaba baladkeena daafaca
After the solemn opening of the ceremony with the reading of the verses from the Holy Quran, Colonel Wais Omar Bogore, commander of the Djibouti Coast Guard, opened the bow of speeches and spoke at length about the Djibouti Coast Guard's achievement over the past 2 years, taking the opportunities to highlight the prospects for developing operational capabilities in a tense regional and international situation. The minister in charge of the Minister of Transport and Equipment, Hassan Hamad Arpahim, recalled that the crucial role played by the Djibouti Coast Guard in national, regional, and international maritime safety and security. For his part, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, closed the bowl of speeches by mentioning, among other things, the importance of this institution at a time when the global economy is totally linked to maritime trade, the predominance of the blue economy in the current context, and our country's geostrategic positions has favored the colossal investment made in the maritime sector by the Republic of Djibouti over the last 2 decades. After the speeches, the ceremony continued with the parade of the Djiboutian Coast Guard honorary troops in their ceremonial uniform. A total of 450 men and women took part in the parade on foot under the command of Commander Ubah Ismail Aouled. The parade was followed by a breakfast and entertainment organized in honor of the guests who honored the Djiboutian Coast Guard 13th anniversary celebrations with their presence.
waxay tahay murtidu dhulku waa masneer macdantiisa digin mureheenu dhigay la hoobaan lehoobaan 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 Digiya wagri maysoy fooxafan naaga tinkiina eynaba migda irta kibira Digiya wagri maysoy fooxafan naaga tinkiina eynaba migda irta kibira Sitagel marin baro bagul sitalu kumara inki fooxafan
The Prime Minister and the rest of the guests then took part in the two official inauguration of new facilities at Camp Dorale. Firstly, the newly refurbished football pitch, home of the institution's sportsmen and women. The Prime Minister and guests meet the institution's football, handball, athletics, and table tennis teams. Secondly, the official inaugurations of the new hangar for the vehicles of the Djibouti Coast Guard and the institution's logistic services, which complete the infrastructure of the Dorale camp. Following these inaugurations, the ceremony celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Djibouti Coast Guard came to a close.
فوحت معلي كسلينك دن مالا لسه قلت فوحت لينو فوحت معلي كسلينك دن مالا لسه قلت فوحت لينو
Nikasilamo silaloy nibadoninaay nikarco Nikaslinamo silaloy nibadoninaay nikarco
رسول متى عقلكو نني بارو ندفتاي رسول متى عقلكو نني بارو ندفتاي
نعمل يعني واجب ابنو نني بارو بالعسناي نعمل يعني واجب ابنو نني بارو بالعسناي
رسول متى عقلكو نني بارو ندفتاي رسول متى عقلكو نني بارو ندفتاي
نعمل يعني واجب ابنو نني بارو بالعسناي نعمل يعني واجب ابنو نني بارو بالعسناي
نيرا سوقو هبنا تعبي وقتي عرالي تنا نيرا سوقو هبنا تعبي وقتي عرالي تنا
نبا ما يسولني باروي بدا يكري عسني نبا ما يسولني باروي بدا يكري عسني
نيرا سوقو هبنا تعبي wagiday cadhalitonna nirasowgo
The National Social Security Fund has taken a significant step towards modernity with the inauguration of Tuesday, December 5, 2023, on its brand new front office dedicated to the various social benefits located at CNSS headquarters. The new space was inaugurated by Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, accompanied by the Minister of Labor for Formalization and Social Protection, Omar Abdi Saeed. The new structures combine a pleasing architectural design with the warm interiors, amenities, revolutionizing public service. CNSS management has pulled out all the stops, so everything is brand new, beautiful, and breathtaking. It is a 316-degree change when you revisit a space that used it to look like a pension payment hall. Today it is an innovative front office with a plush sofa, air conditioning rooms, and warm empathetic staff forming with this window to beneficiaries. The staff embedded with exceptional hospitality are ready to offer an unrivaled customer experience, an atmosphere where smiles and greetings are the orders of the day. Beyond the comfort offered, this modern space helps redefine the standards of public service. With this initiative, CNSS is demonstrating its ongoing commitment to innovation and quality. In short, CNSS new front office is a bold statement of renovation and revolutions in the public services landscape, testifying to the organization's commitment to excellence and the well-being of its beneficiaries. The Minister of Labor and Formalization and Social Protection, Omar Abdi Saeed, said that CNSS is demonstrating its ongoing commitment to innovation and quality. In CNSS News Front offices is a bold statement of innovations and revolutions in the public services. For his part, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, said that the new structure is combining a pleasing architectural design with the warm interiors, revolutionizing public services. CNSS management has pulled out all the stops. Everything is a brand new, beautiful, and breathtaking. It's a 316-degree change when you revisit spaces that used to look like a pension payment hall. Today it is an innovative front office with the plush sofa, air conditioning rooms. As part of the growing diplomatic relations between China and Djibouti, the Night of Friendships emerged as a symbolic event held yesterday evening at the People's Palace, celebrating cultural ties in the diplomatic context. The economic and strategic agreement between China and Djibouti were highlighted, underlining the importance of this alliance. The event was attended by Prime Minister His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, the Minister of Youth and Culture Dr. Hibu Mumin Asowe, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdille, as well as the Chinese ambassador to Djibouti, Ambassador Hu Bin, and his Djiboutian counterpart, Ambassador Abdallah Abdullahi Miguel. The cultural celebrations was the highlight, showcasing the diversity of folk art exchange between China and Djibouti. Enchanting performance captivated the audience, illustrating the richness of the cultures brought together for this memorable night. As part of the growing diplomatic relations between China and Djibouti, the Night of Friendship emerged as a symbolic event held yesterday evening at the People's Palace, celebrating the cultural ties in the diplomatic context. The economic and strategic agreement between China and Djibouti were highlighted, underlining the importance of the alliance. The event was attended the Minister of Social Affairs, Ms. Safiya Hamad Ali Gadile, enchanting performance captivating the audience, illustrating the richness of this event, this a workshop on investment promotions was held this morning at the People's Palace. The workshop was organized by the National Investment Promotion Agency and chaired by the Secretary of State for Investment and Private Sector Development. The aim of the workshop was to present the legal framework and investment opportunities in Djibouti to the delegation of Chinese businessmen. The various investment opportunities offered by the Republic of Djibouti were presented to the Chinese businessmen, notably seaside tourism, which is underexploited fishing, livestock, farming, and the blue economy, and so on. The workshop was attended by the Djibouti's ambassador to China, Abdallah Abdullahi Miguel, the general director of the INPE, and Tausch Road and Chinese businessmen. Investment for China amount to $2 billion, making China Djibouti to ninth destinations to Chinese direct investment in the region. In her speech, the State Secretary for Investment and Private Sector Development, Safia Mohammed Ali Gadile, pointed out that over the last 5 years, China's exports have risen from 1.87 billion to $3.26 billion. The President of the National Assembly, Dileita Mohammed Dileita, accompanied a strong Kenyan delegation, visited the SGTD port and DIFTZ this morning. On arrival, the delegation was welcomed by the President of the DIFTZ, Abubakar Omar Hadi, and senior DIFTZ staff. After the visit, the delegation was given a presentation of the DIFTZ's various services, its visit, and port infrastructure in general. The event ended with a traditional family photo. The National Agency for the Disabled Persons organized a ceremony this morning to award certificate and sewing kit to disabled women trained in cutting and sewing. The ceremony was attended by the Minister of Women and Family, Muna Osman Aden, the Director General of NPH, Douali Said Mahmoud, and the UNDP Deputy Representative in Djibouti, as well as the Director General of INAPA, the Executive Secretary for Administrative Reforms, and INPH officials. The 15 women who had no knowledge of sewing were trained for 6 months to learn the basics. Sewing is a valuable trade and a practical skill that can open up many professional opportunities for them. At the end of the training, the disabled women received a kit containing sewing materials and accessories, as well as a sewing machine, which will enable them to start their own business independently. This training will enable the beneficiaries to create their own economic activities and provide for themselves and their families. The ceremony ended with the presentations of certificates and sewing kits, as well as a family photo. The Minister for Women and Family, Muna Osman Aden, said that the 50 women who had the knowledge of sewing were trained for 6 months to learn the basics. Sewing is a valuable trade and a practical skills that can open up many professional opportunities for them. At the end of the training, the disabled women received a kit containing sewing materials and accessories, as well as a sewing machine. The Minister of Agriculture, Livestock and Water in charge of fishery resources, Mohammed Ahmed Awale, held talks with the Dina Saleh regional directors of the IFAD's Near East and North Africa Europe division. The talks focused on ways and means of strengthening bilateral relations with the IFAD in order to meet the growing numbers of challenges and increase investment in rural populations. They also discussed issues relating to the partnership of IFAD. IFAD was created to meet today's challenges for over 40 years. They have accompanied the Republic of Djibouti, focusing solely on sustainable investment aimed at transforming rural communities so that the poorest populations living in the hardest to reach places can earn and decent living and have real choice beyond immigration violence and despair. Finally, the minister was accompanied by the Secretary General for Agriculture, Social Affairs and the Environment, Ibrahim Elmi, Amina Warsama, and Dini Umar, respectively. The Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mohamed Warsama Dirye, took part from 1 to 5 December 2023 in Istanbul, Turkey, at the 39th Ministerial Meeting at the Standing Committee for Economic and Commercial Cooperation. The minister was accompanied by His Excellency Djibouti's Ambassador to Turkey, Adam Hussein Abdullahi, the Director General of the National Tourism Agency, Omar Abdi Mohammed. The forum opened under the auspices of the President of the Republic of Turkey, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, focused in particular on cooperation to strengthen e-commerce between the countries of the Organizations of Islamic Cooperation. In his speech, the minister recalled that Djibouti is a crossroad of global importance in terms of information flows and infrastructure information flows and digital infrastructure as the arrival point for the 10 international submarine fiber optic cables. Djibouti Palace Kempinski hosted yesterday an experience sharing this morning's an experience sharing meeting on telecom infrastructure development and management between Djibouti and a high-level delegation from Mozambique. The opening ceremony was co-chaired by the Djibouti Telecom Managing Director Mohamed Assawe Bouha and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Communication, Ahmed Yusuf Almi, in the presence of 20 of the country's telecom networks experts. The aim of this experience raised in a workshop is to further consolidate existing telecom cooperation, in particular in the field of submarine cable and fiber optic infrastructure. In his opening remarks, the head of the Mozambican delegation, Mr. Firmino Jase, stated that this meeting for consultations and exchanges of experience would result in the huge pool of expertise in the telecom sector.
Live without technologies, and we know that for every work that has to be done in every organization, we need digital solutions. And for us to develop the digital solutions and run it properly, we need the proper infrastructures also, such as the network where this data will be running. Also, we need the data centers. The government of Mozambique has already developed one national data center, but we aim to develop the second data center. We understood that we need the best one that we can find in Africa, and from our point of view, we found Djibouti as the country where we can get the best experience in telecommunication.
The managing director of Djibouti Telecom, Mohamed Assawe Bouh, was delighted to see this experience sharing between telecom and submarine cable experts from the two countries. For his part, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Communication, Ahmed Yusuf Almi, said first to welcome the Mozambican delegations before giving an overview of all the telecom network's achievement. The third edition of the Djibouti International Fair continues at the Red Sea World International Exhibition Center, located on site of the old port of Djibouti. Yesterday, Monday, the head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, presided over the launch ceremony of this third edition of the Djibouti International Fair. Through its different editions, the fair subscribes to the strategic objectives of providing a massive influx of foreign private operators into our countries, conducive to the creation of wealth and jobs as the hallmark of a successful event. The third International Fair of Djibouti served as a showcase for the product and services of 200 companies, including the following. You will find the RTD stand where a team from the service technical is waiting to show you on product and services. Our marketing specialists will be a hand to welcome you advice on how to promote your product and services and design your commercial don't hesitate to meet and talk with our sales agents on site. And even in Cromney, with the success, the Djibouti International Fair was a long-awaited event for the organizers, who are none other than the manager and staff of the Chamber of Commerce, as well as the for local and international economic players. Yesterday, showcase of local craftsmanship and creative innovation, with its spotlight on the country's dynamic private sector and bold technological innovation, took on a whole new dimensions with the perfect organizations of the yesterday evening gala ceremony, which was celebrated with a joyous sense of accomplishment and the fruit of combined effort. The event saw the participation of the series key personalities, distinguished guests, high dignitaries, and national, international economy players were all present. The evening began with a speech by the president of the Chamber of Commerce, who was quick to thank the officials present, as well as the local entrepreneurs and international economic players who had honored this highly symbolic event for national economic growth and innovation in the Horn of Africa with their presence. The International Fair of Djibouti was a long-awaited organizers from the Chamber of Commerce show the showcases of this for the international scene in Gaza. The army that stepped out its deployment in the southern Gaza on Tuesday, raising fear of even more hellish scenario for civilians. The Israeli army extended its ground operations to the whole of Gaza Strip with tanks deployed near Khan Yunis, and the new epicenter of tension is dozens of Israeli tanks, troop carriers, and bulldozers entered in the south of the Palestinian territories, where some of the civilians are crowded. At the start of its ground operation, the Israeli army had asked the population of northern Gaza to migrate to the south of the territories, which has become even more densely populated with the influx of hundreds of thousands of these displaced persons. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good day.